Hello and welcome back to the Do the Work podcast. Now it is Dale here, however, today I have a slightly different episode for you. I'm introducing you to one of my clients, Tom Proctor, who shared his incredible transformational journey at our most recent client quarterly meetup. So without further ado, here is Tom and his presentation of how he completely transformed his life. Enjoy the episode. So I've asked Tom to do a little bit of a talk, you might call it, if you will, on his journey, because A, I think sometimes you probably get sick of hearing my voice, and B, I think the way in which Tom has achieved his goal is very relatable to everyone. Let's give Tom a round of applause.
All right, so I started with Dale over 3 years ago, and I was out of shape. I mean, this isn't actually the worst shape I was in, because before I started with Dale, I started doing a bit of walking, so I'd already lost some weight by that picture, I know. What I've tried to show is I was having 2, 3, maybe 4 takeaways a week. I didn't really move after work. I checked it out the other day, and my average steps per day were 2,000 and something, so I really didn't move after work. And I was drinking a lot. And then what I saw Neve doing well with Dale, and I thought I need to do something. I need to sign up, and I messaged him, and I already followed Dale because we went to college together, and just thought, that's not for me for quite a few years until I decided I needed to do something. And what I found is I actually enjoyed it. So I enjoyed going to the gym. I enjoyed sort of having someone to motivate me. I got into hiking, and I really enjoyed that, and later got into running, which again I thought that I would never be a runner, and now I love it. So I've kind of changed my entire life just from sending a message to say I need some help. So yeah, pre-Dale, like I say, 3 or 4 takeaways a week, drinking every single weekend, barely moving. A lot of fizzy pop, that was my biggest thing, and not diet, like Dr. Pepper, Lucasade, a lot of Dr. Pepper. I was proud that I could put a large Dominos away in about 3 minutes. I couldn't cook anything. I could only cook frozen food, which I'm still not the best cook, but I had to learn to cook because Dale made me. And chocolate, sweets, biscuits were just a normal part of my life, which they still are. I still love them, but it would be a pack of Maltesers, a big family size pack of Maltesers is just a snack, just an after work snack. So it was a lot. So I had a lot of progress that I had to make, and it was quite daunting to think, actually, there's a lot of changes that I need to do. So when I started out, I finally signed up and went to the gym. I had to be strict to really try and break the habits that I'd got into, because I was so lazy and so into everything that I started out very, very strict. So no drinking at all. I started cooking, but then I wouldn't have like garlic bread if I was having a pasta. I wouldn't have cheese on my bolognese, no takeaways at all, very limited chocolate, portion control. I remember Neve texted me about 3 weeks in and said, how are you doing? And I said, I feel like the measurements are wrong because I'm starving. She went, no, that's right. So yeah, I was really, really strict for the first few months, because I knew that I had to break these habits and really get into it. But that was until probably February, and my first goal was just to feel comfortable. I had a pool party to go to, of all things. So I didn't, and it was with a lot of influencers. So you know how they look, and I don't look like that. So I didn't want to be too embarrassed to go in the pool. So I was really strict for 4 months, and just thought, that's it. I can't let up on that. But after that, I was able to become less strict, more lenient with what I'm doing. So it was slow things like having garlic bread with my pasta, or putting cheese on my bolognese, which I loved. I thought, this is amazing that I'm having cheese again. But it was that's what allowed me to kind of carry on, I think, because I couldn't have gone that strict and stuck to it for any sustained period of time. I started having biscuits again, but whereas I used to have a full packet of cookies every night, now I have like three a night. The dogs have one, but I do literally have it every single night. I'll have three cookies with some milk every night. And I could have a drink, but what I found was, because I broke the habits by being so strict, I didn't want it as much, so I could control myself and not pig out as much. And I was satisfied with the little bit of treats that I would have, and Dale doesn't like me calling them treats because he says I'm not a dog. But now I love a Greggs. So now I've got into the habit of making sure that I'm exercising so much, and I am eating quite well, that I have a Greggs every single Saturday after the gym, which destroys all the progress I've made in the gym. And to answer the question that everyone is obviously thinking, I have 2 sausage rolls, a ham and cheese baguette, a bottle of Lucozade. So, but I do share with the dogs, so it's not that bad. But because I'm not trying to lose weight, I'm just trying to maintain. It's actually quite easy to do if I keep up with my exercise, and then I find I'm enjoying eating. That is my treat on a Saturday. And then, like I say, I do still have my biscuits, and I don't shy away from having chocolate, but I don't have it that much. I'm not a psychopath that has half a bar and wraps it up. I'll eat a full bar. But I just won't buy it that often. And I was saying to Dale today, I've got a big pack of Maltesers and a big pack of Minstrels in the cupboard, and they've been there since Saturday and they've not been opened. So I now
said they're both going to go at the same time.
I did. I did say they'll both go at the same time when they finally get open. But I've got some self-control now. I can have a takeaway if I want one now. I just don't. I don't crave one that much. But when I do want one, I don't feel guilty, because I'm not having 3 or 4, and I am exercising. So I think, Dale might not agree with this, and I remember saying this to him when I was first getting going. I feel like I've earned a takeaway, so I don't feel guilty. You are burning more calories if you're exercising, so does it hurt to have a pizza every once a month, or over Christmas 3 times a week? When we went, they weren't all takeaways. Some of them were. And I can have a drink if I want one. But last year I went from Christmas 2023 until September without having a single drink, and it wasn't because I was trying not to drink. I just didn't fancy one. But I would go out and I would drive. And I don't feel like I have to drink. And then when I did have a drink, I think I had two drinks one night on holiday, and then 1 drink another night on holiday, and then I went another probably couple of months until the Christmas do before having any more. So I will drink if I want to. I don't feel guilty about it, but I also have changed who I am just by signing up, I suppose, and getting told off. Yeah, so now I've got the results that I want. My goal is really just to stick where I am. I don't want to lose weight. I don't really want to gain weight. I just want to stay pretty happy where I am. So achievements. I did a full year of steps, hitting my step target last year, which was something I said at the beginning of the year I was going to do, and then thought that's absolutely ridiculous. And I still haven't broke it, but I did say to Dale I felt really ill last night, and I thought I'm just not going to do it. And now I can't stop myself. So I'm reading. I'm trying to read more. I was walking around the house for an hour reading my book to get my steps in. I climbed Mount Toubkal in Morocco, so that's like 4,000 and something meters. And I remember signing up to that. I'd never climbed a mountain in my life. So then I did Scarfell in February. I did that in May. So that was a bit. I make stupid decisions and then have to get Dale to get me ready to do it. I did a 5k. I'd never run before in my life, and I did a 5k because work forced me to. I had about a month to prepare for it, and then straight away after that I was like, that was easy, I'll do a marathon. So I signed up. Like, these are the stupid decisions that I make, and then I have to get ready to do them, but I do them. And I might hate my life and think, what have I got myself into? But then I look back and I think, well, I did it. And the Born Survivor one with Dale, to be fair, it wasn't hard. I put that on there because I absolutely loved it. So
he said he wants to do it again next year, so as in this year.
Yeah, I absolutely do.
Like, we need to do this again next year.
It was brilliant. It was so much fun. But had you have asked me to run a couple of years ago, I definitely wouldn't have found it fun. I mean, I wouldn't have done it. But I wouldn't have found it fun if I was forced to do it, and I definitely wouldn't have been diving into cold water and through rivers and mud. I couldn't have thought of anything worse, but I actually enjoy this sort of thing now. So I've learned there's more to life than sitting and watching traitors and eating a bag of Maltesers. But you can still do that if you want to enjoy other things as well. Lessons that I've learned. So it is possible to get short-term results if you want to be really strict, but that it's not sustainable. So I understand the people want to lose weight by a certain date because they're getting married or they have to go to a pool party. But being that strict will never be sustainable. So don't feel bad when you start to slack off a little bit. You make great progress, and then what you'll find is you just need to maintain that, and the progress might slow down a bit, but you're better doing a year of slow progress than doing 4 months of quick progress and then nothing else and just reverting back, which I think is the mistake a lot of people make, especially in the new year. And anyone that goes to a public gym will notice this. It gets very busy around January and then kind of dies off in February because they change their entire life for a month and then realise that it's not sustainable. Nobody feels comfortable when they're starting, but I haven't ever heard anyone complain sort of a year on or 2 years on or 3 years on. So you have to go through that process of being a little bit uncomfortable and being the newbie and thinking everyone's looking at you and everyone's judging you, and no one is. No one cares. No one even notices that you're there most of the time. But you won't regret it down the line. And I would say that to anyone that was thinking about whether or not to sign up. One of the things I tend to say is you won't regret doing something, but you might regret not doing it. And that's how I would make a decision if If I'm thinking, should I go somewhere, I think, well, I won't regret going, but I might regret if I don't go. And I would say the same goes for this. I've learned that you make time for what's important to you. One of the things that I used to say all the time, I don't have time. I don't have time to go to the gym. You know, I'm working all day. I'm absolutely knackered at night. I just want to relax. I want to get a takeaway. I don't want to cook. I just want to sit in front of the TV, relax, and eat some chocolate and a pizza. But you make time for what's important to you, and succeeding in your fitness journey is just about reevaluating what is important. So whilst it might not feel important at first, or you might think it's not important and that's why you don't make time for it, if you change your mindset to say this is important to me because of this, then you will make time for it. Goals should be scary, otherwise they're not big enough to inspire you to put in the work. It's like I said before, I make stupid decisions to sign up for things, and then I just have to do them because I can't fail. I refuse to fail at anything, so I have to be scared by what I've promised someone that I'm going to do, and I think that goes for everyone. If your goal is to go to the gym once a week, is that scary? Or is that just something that you want to get into the habit of doing? You know, if a goal was to do whatever the hell Adam did before when he grunted, I don't know how much you were lifting. Then you should look at it and think, I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to do that. And that's what makes you then put in the effort to improve to do that. It shouldn't be, well, I could probably do that next week. And progress looks different for everyone. So one of the things I used to think was, I used to look at people and think, oh, I wished I looked like them, or I'd be jealous of the results that I was seeing other people get. And actually, now looking back, I couldn't be happier with kind of where I am now compared to where I was. And the only person you should measure that against is yourself. So you shouldn't ever feel bad because you've not made as much progress as someone else, because everyone's lives are different. And I know one of the things I said was, you know, you make time for what's important to you, but things do get in the way. You know, some people have kids, some people don't. Some people get ill for 3 months, or a relative gets ill, and they do. They do lose focus on certain things, and life does get in the way. I suppose it's just about not being too harsh on yourself, comparing yourself to others. You just need to look and think, have I done what I said I would do, and have I made progress? Am I happy now compared to where I was 12 months ago, or 6 months ago, or 3 years ago? And I think that's it.
Thanks for tuning in for today's episode. I hope you found that useful and valuable. If you'd like to hear more from us, all you need to do is hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next episode.